Hi guys, so last week I asked you to complete quite a few activities on the time. This is our follow-up lesson. We're going to step it up a bit. So I'm hoping that you can still tell the time. Could you please start the lesson by pausing the video and completing the activity that you can see on the board? I've put the link on class chart, so you just need to click on it and send me a picture of your results. Right, so today we're going to be talking about the time, but I'd like to talk about reading the time on a clock face. This is something that is really important. It comes up in exam every year. So as you can see, usually clock face, we've got, it can be round, it can be triangle, it can be any shape we want, but what we have are 12 digits. We also have two hands. We've got a small hand, so I've made it red, which will tell us the hour. So it will tell us if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. The second hand is the minute hand. As you can see, it's a bit longer. So it will be pointing at the same numbers, but each number will represent a slice of 5 minutes. So we've got our two hands back on, and I'm going to be talking about the minutes a bit more. First thing first, we need to know that our clock is going to be divided into two parts. So from 12 to 6, that's our past part. So how many minutes have passed in the hour. And from 6 to 12, it will be our to part, which will tell us how many minutes are left to achieve the next hour. So we've got some numbers that are a bit more important than others, because we're not simply going to be telling how many minutes, we're going to be using words. So we're going to start with 12, which is o'clock. If my green hand is on 12, I will simply say o'clock. It is 1 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock. It is 7 o'clock. If my green hand is on 3, then I will be saying quarter past. It is a quarter of the clock that has passed. It's also 15 minutes. When my minute hand is on the 6, it will be half past. Half of the hour has gone through, and this is what it is. And then when we're on 9, it will be quarter to. So it means that I've only got a quarter left of my clock to travel to. So these are very important. Guys, you can say 15, 13, 30, and 45. There is absolutely nothing wrong there. I'm just going to make appear the other minutes that are needed. If you want to draw my clock, that's perfectly fine. When I get you back for real, guys, face to face, we will be building our clock. I promise you something that we should have been doing together. So 5 is on 1, then 10 is on 2, then 20 is on 4, 25 is on 5. So that's the minutes that have passed. And then we will do the same for the 2, 25, 2, 22, 10, 2, and 5, 2. Guys, do not panic if this is not working really well for you. We will do some practice. This is a lesson that I'd prefer to do face to face. But please do not give up and have a go at the activities that are following next. Okay, do your best and I'll be proud. Right, task 1, guys. So on class chart, there is a worksheet that is called task 1, opening and closing hours of the shop, I think it's called. I'd like you to download the worksheet and draw the hands where they should be, okay? If you cannot print out, it's perfectly fine. please write the time, draw the face, take a picture and send it back to me. Pause the video now to complete the task. Now, the 24-hour clock. So some of you might be very familiar with it. If, like me, you have a dad that works shift, my dad was always talking in 24-hour clock because of the work he was doing. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about, so let me just show you. When we say that it is 7, most of us will add AM or PM. However, when it is 7, it's either 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. But some people for 7 p.m. say it is 1900 hour. As they would say, if you're in the airport or at the train station, you will hear these 100 thing going on. And this is simply because we have transformed the time. By using the 1900 hour, we're actually simply telling people that it is 7 p.m. In certain circumstances, work, train, plane, it is important that you recognize the time. How do we work it out though? How do we know how to do it? Well, we've got a simple calculation. You take your normal time, the one that your digital watch is or your phone is going to tell you. And then you simply add 12. So let's have a look. If it's 7, 7 plus 12, it equals 19. So same again, if I give you the time in a 24-hour clock and I want you to do it in the other way around and give me the AM or the PM, you will simply need to remove the 12. Okay? So task 2, I've put the worksheet, but you're going to be doing it on a Google form, guys. So 3 activities. One is to pick out the times that I've written in a 24-hour clock. The second and the third are simply a transformation activity. So have a look and then pause the video and go back onto ClassChart, click on the link. Please remember, submit 1 form only, please. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed at marking 5 or 6 worksheet per person because you realize that I give you the answers as you go along. It doesn't matter. I will only mark the first one, guys. So please submit 1. Right, guys, this is the end of the lesson. I hope that you are fine, that you were safe, that you did your work really, really well. For some of you, I've added an extension activity. You do not have to do it. It would make me very happy though, and I will be rewarding you if you do so. So my extension activity is a worksheet that you can download and fill it in. And it is about planets. So I've given you the routine of planet Earth. So planet Earth gets up at 7:30, at breakfast 7:45, leave the house. You see my gist. So then I'd like you to calculate what is the time that each of the planets are actually doing this, considering the time difference between each planet. So I will award you 1 positive referral per planet completed. Okay, so please pay attention. Saturn, Mars and Jupiter, I've got a time difference that is in the minus compared to Earth. And Venus, the Sun and Mercury, I've got a difference hour that is in the positive. So you will either have to add or to subtract. Have fun, guys, and speak to you next week.